Somebody asked Zelensky in Ukraine a question, and he said that if Ukraine loses, when they're talking about this war, that Americans will have to send their sons and daughters to war, and they will be dying. So that's what he's warned. And Russia over the Baltic states, they'll have to fight, we'll be dying, blah, blah, blah. There was an outrage on Twitter and everywhere, like, oh my God, can you believe this? The balls on this guy. It's his war, or we're funding a war, and we've got NATO involved, and we're sending unlimited money and whatever weaponry we can. I think we would have to draw the line at some point, even though guys like Mitch McConnell or a lot of these neocons are basically like, this is the most important thing in the world, and it's going to keep going as long as they can, and they can't afford to lose. But what happens when they start saying, hey, money's great, but we're losing and we need more bodies, and it's time to send the Americans over to go fight? Do we agree or disagree on that?
Yeah, I
could run I got a new one, do dubstep one. Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's dangerous. It's always something you should pay attention to when you have John Kerry, Mitt Romney, Mitch McConnell, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, George Soros, Zelensky. Go down the list of awful people with awful ideas who are so clearly blackmailed and compromised and on the take, allegedly. Oh my God. When these people all align, you better run the opposite direction. You got Bush, Jeb Bush, George Bush. You got Fox News. Like, Fox is so irredeemable at this point. Fox is so, I'm so done with them. But like, I think Vladimir Zelensky has officially become an enemy to the United States, and it's time we all start telling him that, and we start speaking freely, openly, honestly, clearly, and loudly about that. Don't you dare threaten killing our children, our young men and women in this country because of your grift, because of your money laundering. How freaking dare you? You're not a NATO nation. You shouldn't have been encroaching on Russia with weapons of war. You were put in there by a puppet regime of Obama and Biden. You're doing their bidding, and guess what? We're done with you. We don't like you. We don't trust you. We have no empathy for you. We are begging for peace deals. You don't care. You are funneling and siphoning money out of the United States coffers at a time where our rail lines need to be repaired, at a time where we need the funding for the EPA to do their damn job instead of incinerating a problem, to actually suck it up and treat the chemical waste that's going on. We have how many people sleeping on the streets in this country? We have rampant inflation running through, and you're going to threaten us? Fuck you, Zelensky. No. Fuck you. I'm so done with you. I'm done with you, Zelensky. That's probably as clearly as I could articulate that point, Blake. I would probably just ramble at this point. I'm trying to deliver a more clean show and try to not drop cuss words. But if there's ever been a time to tell somebody to fuck off, it's Vladimir Zelensky threatening us with American lives being lost. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the way I think a lot of people feel about it. But this is a war run by the politicians and the special interests and the military-industrial complex and NATO, and they have a lot of secrets going on in Ukraine, and they've been funneling money and putting in biolabs and all kinds of bad things, poking around with the Russian bear, and they've overplayed their hand. And yeah, their representatives are supposed to listen to their constituents. That would be us saying, no more money, and we're not sending any soldiers over there. So hopefully we stop, draw the line there, because I don't think that's going to fly with the American people. They're not going to get approval, and they know they're not going to get approval for the funding of the war, and they messed up by sabotaging the Nord Stream pipelines. We all know it was the United
Oh no!
States.
Hold on. Don't you mean that Russia blew up their own pipeline? That's what Karine Jean-Pierre has been telling us.
Yeah, so that narrative has fallen flat. Seymour Hersh exposed that. That was another reason they're looking for distractions to change the subject. But yeah, this got a lot of people's attention when Zelensky is up there. Not only is he coming here and asking for more money, or you've got Joe Biden, instead of visiting Ohio like he
Oh my
should and
God!
helping
Yes.
aid, he goes to Ukraine, shaking hands, or they got air raid sirens,
No.
and he's
Complete
handing over another suitcase full of
complete
money, more
propaganda.
weapons.
Complete propaganda. They had Janet Yellen over there. Yeah, telling
Oh
Zelensky get
God,
another
another
10 billion.
10 billion.
Screw these people. Lord Almighty help us. Our government has been seized by a bunch of psychopaths. Please deliver us from their evil. Amen. All right.
Yeah, Victoria Nuland and all those people. Yeah, they need to be removed, and they probably should be tried for
Facing
treason.
charges. They should be put up on, like, what do you do? A military tribunal? What do you do for these
Yeah,
warmongers?
but they're funding this, so I mean,
They're taking our
it's part of the
dollars
motion.
and doing this. We don't approve of this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they're not listening to us. They're defying us. They're spending all of our money on things we're not interested in, and they could be causing, a nuclear war if they don't watch themselves. But if they can't get that, they'll send over our own people to go fight in a needless war. We don't have any reason to be over there. Just let Putin have the little eastern sides of Ukraine. Let them keep Crimea. Those people are more sided with Russia anyway. And leave, the rest of Ukraine can go live in peace, but they've got to be neutral. They've got to stay out of NATO. It's very clearly obvious they've set the rules, but the United States and NATO are breaking them, and they are doing their own thing, and it's been causing problems. So it's time for that to stop before it gets any further out of hand.
Agreed. Stephanie, any thoughts on Zelensky talking about
No.
cavalierly discussing how American men and women are going to die in this war unless we send him more money?
Yeah, all I have to say is that I'm calling his bluff. I mean, what we know about the war, there's so much more what's going on. They're 10 steps ahead on both sides. And the thing is, that I agree with Blake. It'll never happen. It'll never fly. And the thing is, he's just bluffing. The only reason I feel like he's saying that is just to have people to have more empathy, to give them money. It's all about money. It's all about like the dollar at the end of the day. So it's, yeah, I call his bluff. Like, I saw that this morning and I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. No, nobody's doing that. And he's saying that because, yes, they're going through this war right now and stuff. But no, Americans, we're not going to be over there having a draft and have like 18-year-olds go out there. No way. It's never going to fly. He's bluffing. They just want money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he will take our guys over there if he's losing. If it comes down to him and Zelensky keeping his power, yeah, he'd love for us to be like, yeah, okay, we'll just send over our troops. He'll take them if we'll give them to him. But there was so much backlash, they've had to kind of walk this back. And I'm trying to give it extra context on his statement. But yeah, he means it, and they will do it if we don't push back.
Consider this
Pretty dangerous.
pushing back.